Good morning, Greg Schaffer. You say you've got 4 titles under your belt?
Good morning. Well, I have 4 novels, 3 that I've written, and 1 that's in progress right now, and then a couple of other books, 1 on poetry and 1 a horse humor article anthology.
Horse humor, steampunk. I'm behind the times.
Well, this is just the horse humor book from the Loft. Is just a collection of articles that I'd written for a horse magazine about 10, 12 years ago.
Oh, okay. Now you've got me. I come from an equestrian family, so now I'm getting interested in horse humor.
I'll get you a copy.
Well, tell me about, now you mentioned off mic a few minutes ago that one of your books is Christian humor.
Well, it's Christian fiction.
That's right. Christian. I thought to myself, I said, well, that's an anachronism. Christian fiction. I'm going to have to. He's going to have to explain that to me.
So, Christian fiction is what I would think of as a subset of clean fiction. So, clean fiction.
Oh, okay.
And without a lot of the violence and the sex and that sort of, but takes it a step further by adding in elements to the story to advance the kingdom of God.
All right. That would be unlike, I guess, heathen fiction, like Sinclair Lewis' Alice in Wonderland, but because that's got a little violence in it.
It does. It's been a while since I've read that. But
all right. See, I am trying to tweak this 69-year-old brain this morning about authors. Because I have, at one point, I started writing a book about Williamson County personalities, and then when people found out I was accumulating this information, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. And I said, you can do this if your subjects have passed away. Said, but you don't want to do it if they haven't.
So that's one of the beauties about writing fiction. You create your own world. You want to make sure that you don't, if you've got somebody in your mind as a role model, which I do for several of my works, you don't want to really closely match their lives or their attributes or so on. But you can create your own world. Of course, mine is a little more grounded than some of the science fiction and the steampunk, I guess. But it's a neat thing to do because you start out with basically a clean slate, and you can write the entire story from beginning to finish and make it go where you want to go and have the people do what you want to do.
What are you working on right now? You're working on number 5, I bet, right now.
Well, the 4th novel, which is called Fatherhood, is another Christian novel, light Christian novel, that deals with abortion from the father's point of view.
Now, see, that is very appropriate. In these days of abortion controversy, when 4 general assemblies across the country, well, primarily across the Southeast, have implemented the heartbeat bill, from what perspective do you write a novel of this type?
Well, the genesis for this came from a case in Alabama, which I think is still in progress, that the father was not informed about the mother's decision to have an abortion. And his point of view, and I don't remember his name, but his point of view was, I didn't have a say in it. And I think that happens a lot nationwide, and that I wanted to put both a voice to the fathers and also, from a Christian standpoint, just communicate that abortion from the Christian standpoint is not something that you would want to do. It's considered murder, but it's such a large topic that you can't just go black and white with it. It's very delicate to walk around. But so I'm not really going to give an opinion on that. It's more about from the father's point of view and their feelings, their rights, and their hurt.
Well, now you've got me interested to the point that I'm probably going to find you this weekend and pick up a copy.
Well, Fatherhood is not published yet, but the previous one, Leaving Darkness, is about depression. So,
okay. Now the one on fatherhood, that in this day and age, sounds like it might be a good screenplay. You you ever want to be a screenwriter?
Oh, I'd love to. Do you know anybody? I mean, I think that's one of the goals of any author for fiction is the idea of seeing it up on the screen. And I don't know, I can't speak for other authors, but sometimes when I'm writing scenes, I can actually visualize it from a screen perspective, the different blocking and the camera angles and that sort of thing.
You know who was the best author of that nature? Harper Lee.
Oh gosh, yes, absolutely. Everybody.
To Kill a Mockingbird. Yeah. It was not written as a screenplay, but that's how it wound up. Because you look at the movie, look at screenwriter Harper Lee.
You know, glad you mentioned that because you were talking off mic about naming and all that. My first name is Gregory, and my mom named me after Gregory Peck, who's obviously in To Kill a Mockingbird.
All right, and it caused me to get tickets now for the Broadway play To Kill a Mockingbird. Looking forward to that soon.
Ah, very good. Yeah, I'd love to see that as well.
All right, sir.